Hello and welcome. Today we have a VOD review on Lunar Colony. It looks like a scrim match. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. So let's get into it. Very standard comp here. It's pretty divey. You got the soldier. This player's running the soldier. In terms of positioning for defense on Lunar Colony, there's a few ways to do it. I like teams to kind of use this high ground over here. This one and this one, and actually just like up here too. Like if your team can kind of spread out amongst this large high ground area, that's going to give you a lot of flexibility to figure out how to rotate, to drop the high ground if necessary, and match pressure on the left or right side of the map. And yeah, that's basically it. So typically you want your tanks kind of forward, like kind of like here, maybe here. And then your backline kind of more up here, like in these kind of spots, and then they can drop down accordingly. Cool. So I would like soldier to be kind of up here somewhere then, just generally speaking. Cool. So let's see what happens. So yeah, I'm not a big fan that you're on the point like this. If you were running like a static defense comp, then this makes more sense. But you're not. So you're a very highly mobile diving comp. So yeah.
Trace is going backside.
Okay.
Where?
Okay,
Back,
cool.
Back left, right, right.
Yeah, the opposite way. Back right.
Yeah, cheers,
Okay, right. So you need to keep an eye on that. There she is. There she is.
We're separating.
So when your teammate kind of messed up when he wasn't saying it was on the right side, so I could tell that you were a little bit confused. If he had called that a little bit better, a little bit sooner, you probably could have maneuvered a little bit more this way where she already is. I would have liked to see you be in this general area, but I think your teammate wasn't quite being, specific enough with his instructions, with his information, and then you were not quite sure what to do. So I would have liked to see you be back there, assuming that the information came through a little bit more quickly. Okay.
Tracer back right. We're separating.
So yes, actually, exactly. That's the problem. Your team just called that out. Your teammate said we're separating, and there's nothing wrong with separating, but in this case, that tracer just pulled a lot of resources towards her for just one person, and that's bad. If you had been closer to that choke point, to that little door on the right, you could have just done that yourself and kind of matched her pressure, and then your team could stay on this side of the map, tangoing with the rest of your opponents. So she did a really good play, and it was basically because you guys weren't quite in the right position to match her pressure. And yeah, so enough of that.
They have a sombra.
Oof. Okay, but now that tracer is still there, and as a soldier, it's kind of out of everyone on your team, it's kind of your job to handle that. Genji too, cool, but he doesn't necessarily have to be, and neither do you, I guess. Okay. Oh God. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna keep happening. She's gonna keep doing this dance with you until you make a mistake. So when you turn your back to her like this, you're giving her another opportunity, another window to force you into a mistake. You need to go and not necessarily follow her, but stay in that area and keep tabs on that area to make sure that she can't just surround your team, because that's what you're letting her do. Your team is kind of in this ball right now, and they're just going to have your way with you until you fall apart. At some point, you're going to make a mistake.
Tracer's still back there.
What the
Oh, oh wow, and the EMP, nice.
Spread out.
Okay. Let's see if you bring this back. Oh.
Ah, shit.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So EMP, all the more reason to not clump up. Okay. Actually, I have a lot to say, but I don't want this VOD review to be so long. Let me just say this: if you guys had set up in a more flexible pattern on the high ground, that's going to allow you to more easily rotate, contest flanks, and counter your opponent's movements. The way you guys were set up, you were set up to fail. You're in a ball, easier to maneuver around, easier to get EMPs on you, etc., etc. The list goes on. So if you can just do that one thing as a team, because you guys are a six-stack, right? It's going to feel weird at first. You're going to have a hard time, getting used to that play style. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But when it does get better, your gameplay, as a team, you're going to play so much better. Just that's it. So, cool.
Are we going for this or not? Okay, no. I mean...
So I'm assuming you guys let this go. Oh, you do contest it. Okay, but I.
How did I read?
So it goes
They're gonna
poorly.
push
Yeah.
hard
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Should probably.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan that you guys went for that contest. That distance is too long.
Probably stay a little bit.
You guys should just let it go.
Winston,
Cool.
Stay behind these walls.
Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe there was something I didn't see because I was fast forwarding.
Tracer on point.
Okay.
Get aggro. Back up. Back up.
Yeah, that positioning from you was actually really aggressive. This is extremely aggressive. As you can see, you're actually in front of your Winston.
Tracer on point.
You're kind of lucky someone didn't just like, I don't know, you didn't just get hit by something random like a few shurikens and a swift strike. That could easily kill you, especially if two people dive you at the same time. So good, you back off, that's good.
I need heals.
I'm on you. I'm on you.
They're gonna somber ult again. They're
Yeah,
charging
look for the
somber.
somber ult.
Just stay separated.
I'm hiding.
Guys.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
hiding.
actually, don't do too much damage to them. Oh, Tracer's right behind you
Someone's
guys.
on point. Someone's on point.
Dodge the scared her.
Somber on point. Someone's down. Somber down.
Oh,
Sorry.
dude, I always, you know, it's always me first.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my bad.
You got him back.
That's fine.
Okay. Assuming you guys clean this up. Cool.
Careful, guys. You no healers there. Almost there.
Alright,
Nice.
come back. Get that.
I'm gonna use my
my
ult
side.
if I see a lot of squishes with low health. I'm just telling you.
Nice.
Everyone,
Good right
everyone
click.
needs to jump
Don't.
down for that.
Yes, his right side.
Just one, just one. Got her.
Nice. Good job, Pay.
Hey, what the fuck? Why are you guys leaving top?
We killed the tracer.
The whole team is up here.
Yeah, but we killed the tracer. I was one of the healers.
Rage. Okay, so
You got him.
right here, I have a couple things to say actually in response to what your teammate said. On point B, this high ground is actually quite valuable. Like, yeah, obviously, as most high ground is. That being said, this right side that you're on is actually really important too. You as soldier, you're probably not the best candidate to be in that right side area. For me, do you still have the Genji? I think you still have a Genji, right? Oh yeah, I see him right here. So the Genji is probably the best candidate to be on that right side area to kind of feel that area out to see if your opponents leave it open, he can push it and flank it. If they don't, he can rotate the other way, and in which case you guys will have the high ground. That's great. Yeah, so as soldier, I would have liked to see you stay up there, and you don't always have to be pressing so hard, like up here. It's okay to kind of fall back here, and in some cases fall down. That's totally valid. However, in this situation, you're pretty much out of position. Yeah, you don't want to be here, basically. If you were going to be in this area, I would like you to be further back like you were earlier, like kind of here-ish, like somewhere around here close to the health pack. You have this wall right here that you can play with, this one, right? Like this wall when you're looking at the point, things like that. So yeah, you're pretty much just out of position here.
Tracer's still on me.
But what I don't want is for your entire team to just clump up on the high ground. That's what you don't want to do. You want probably like 3 people up there, maybe 2. A good strategy actually that I see sometimes is you'll see maybe like a soldier up here, and then like the Diva and the Winston on like those rafters. That way they can help you out to jump to where you are, or they could jump on the point or go to the other side, that right side. Both all valid tactics. And then you'll see like the Zens and the Annas back here close to the spawn doors, and then maybe like we said, a Genji on that right side, holding down that area. So again, what I don't want is for like your whole team to clump up on this high ground. That is not a good strategy. You only need 1 person up there, and in some cases maybe 2 or 3. Cool. I think. Let me see.
Lucio.
Let's do a little bit more, and then I'm probably gonna wrap up this VOD.
Tracer's still on me. I'm
Coming
one.
back, coming back.
I'm healing you. I'm healing you. I'm healing you.
It's fine, it's
Careful.
fine.
So again, I don't like you down here. Okay, good. Yes, good. Yes, good.
Almost on my ult again.
Right here. This is your playground. This area right here. This is good.
How long in Transcendence?
98. How close are you?
Someone's on the point.
Got mine.
First
I
to get
just
on
got
point.
mine, yeah.
Not everyone. Not everyone.
You don't have to. As soldier, it's not necessarily. Actually, this is the second time you did this. You've done this where you abandon your high ground to contest the point. That's not your job. That's the tank's job. That's Genji's job. Maybe Lucio. It's on you and like Zen and you have Lucio, no Anna. It's on you and Zen to stay back and kind of hold down your sides of the map to have really good vantage points. If you're on the point like this, guess what? You're going to be doing tons of, 180s turning around when the fight starts, if it does. So by doing this, you are putting yourself in danger. Okay, I think that's about as much time as I have to work on this VOD. As a team, you need to kind of decide where people should post up and make sure that you're not clumped up. Like on point A, you guys were severely clumped up on the point. You should almost never do that. There are exceptions, like for static comps, like if you're going to run like an Orisa Torbjorn or something, okay, sure, then you're probably going to have like Orisa Torbjorn and maybe like an Anna kind of in a tight space, and that is valid. But with a comp like this that's super flexible, mobile, you got the dive going on, you need to be spread out more, way more, plain and simple. And like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But once you master that style, it's going to pay heavily. Okay, hope this was helpful. If you liked this video, please like it and please subscribe. Thank you.